Hello and welcome, my friends. It is I, Jaffa. And forgot to sign into Minecraft before starting this, but as you can see right here, I am in. Why didn't it go back to that? Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong screen. I hit the Twitch screen and watched myself log in. Anyway, I am digging out a small little idea here that I saw on a Doc M video. Let me hurry and get these. Let's see. Oh, I need some smooth stone. Get this done. Anyway, what Doc did is he and the Zip Crowd crew came up with a very efficient squid spawner, and that's the top part here. Let me go up there and show it to you. I'm going to leave the jack-o'-lanterns in place, but what I do is I put a piece of ice here. The jack-o'-lantern melts the ice. When I break this top block, that's going to cause the ice to start to fall. Now there is a lower section as well. And there will be water blocks basically here. I've got to totally redo this, but that's the general idea. Things that have happened since the last time I was on. I went on vacation. I've come back from vacation. Had a great time. Was able to see my mother, one of my brothers. Let's see, nieces and nephews, that kind of thing. Let's see, what else? Oh, if you hear me sniffling, I do apologize. I'm going to try to get away from the mic or mute it or whatever without me sniffling. Apparently, I've got the sniffles today. I've sneezed a few times, so yeah, I do apologize right up front for anything that you hear. Let's see. Trying to remember what I did on vacation. I did a whole lot of nothing. I read books. Spent some time, like I said, with my brother, my mother. Let's see. Obviously, spent time with my wife because she had gone with me. Let's see. Yeah, I've got complete brain fart here. Anyway, guys, anyway, to avoid watching me just tear out this this hole, let me try to get you some more content. Down here, this is going to be open all the way down through here. I'm doing this as walls for the squid farm. Ooh, I almost fell off of that. Anyway, here are the tracks. It's the same setup as I had on the mob farm that's over there. This is going to be tracks with hopper mine carts going around. That's how I'm powering it. Each of these have jack-o'-lantern lights. And then this setup is going to be, I'm going to have hoppers here to go into these chests. These chests are going to go down to 2 more down here. Actually, I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet. What I'd like to do is just have one central chest, but that would require me going down or moving all of this up. Which, up is not a problem. I have plenty of space up. But it's a lot of work. That's why I haven't done it. I believe I've showed this off. Just in case, I'll show it off again. That's my quick elevator up. Plan on doing this same kind of elevator trick up here to go all the way to the top of the mountain. Anyway, here's my yin-yang, both in glass and in carpet. I've been thinking whether or not to put carpet on top of the glass and what that will do. Let me drop back down here. What that will do is it'll make it look like it's slightly reflected, but you can't see through. so it'll give a nice visual effect. Um, like I said, I have not decided on that yet. And then let's speed run. Oh, while I'm down here, this device here, this top chest here, and that feeds into the furnaces equal amounts. Ooh, barely made it. Anyway, this whole setup here does not work. I'm not sure what I did to break it, but it stopped working. It'll work to a point. Every one of these will get a single item, but afterwards they'll all distribute evenly for the first 4 or 5, and then these two right here get more than everything else. By the end, this one is cooking almost a full stack, while this one is not cooking at all. I'm not sure how I did that, why that's happening, but them's the breaks right now. I don't have the time nor ambition to actually troubleshoot that out. I've not done anything with this. I have a couple ideas for things to do in these abandoned mine shafts. That's my spider spawner, but I haven't really done a whole lot with the game. Just basic playing. Oh, I did find this. I'm going to put Silk Touch on a iron axe, because if you break these with a Silk Touch, you get the whole melon. If you break them like this, you get a partial. Now, the reason why this would be important is that if you take this whole melon... Oh, I thought you could break it down into 9. Anyway, it takes 9 of these to make one of these. So there's no point in me actually getting 3, 4, 5 at a time and then crafting them into a whole melon when I can just use Silk Touch to get the whole melon anyway. So I realize that the pick is one of the slowest ways to mine a melon, but it's the only thing I have Silk Touch on right now. Alright, now that that's done, I'll hurry and collect some more pumpkins. I used up basically all of my pumpkins that I had stored in my chest to make jack-o'-lanterns for that farm that I'm building, and to use around the base. I'm slowly replacing the torches with jack-o'-lanterns, just because I can. You know, they're an actual block instead of just, you know, sticking out from the wall. They actually do produce more light than this. Like, these two right here are producing the same amount of light. This one's sticking out from the wall, this one being embedded in it. So, yeah. That's one of my goals here. Slowly replacing them in the walls, because they give the same amount of light, and they look better being flush than this garbage. Other things. Let me hurry and do this real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Cow farm hasn't changed. Let's see. I don't know if I showed this before I took off. In here, I've got water bottles to be filled. Here, there's all kinds of bottles that are filled. And this is a brewing station. You put the water bottles up here, and then you put your ingredients. Okay, like right there, that is the redstone. I have the signs on these. This is the 3rd item, 2nd item, and 1st item. So this is a speed potion, a extended speed potion. I think that's extended time, not extended duration. Let me. Yeah, that's an 8-minute speed potion rather than a speed 2. For most times, to get away from mobs, a speed potion would work just fine. You can actually outrun mobs in this game. It's funny. I've been playing this since we set up the... let me go in here. Since we set up this right here, right there, the person is sleeping, I have not been able to play with a single person online. Emma's still played, Neola's still played, but all of us have such weird schedules that we don't actually collab at all. So each of us are on at different times, and we've never even needed the multiplayer sleep thing. Alright. Other things. I showed that off. The mob farm and the iron golem farm. Oh, yes. Down below here is the one cavern that I made for... I hear you. Where are you? Did he die? Huh. A zombie must have died somewhere. Anyway, down below here somewhere there's a cavern that I made for slimes. I have had one slime total spawn in that area. And in fact, it was during my building of the slime farm. So I am starting to suspect that it was before I got the light level up and that the slimes cannot spawn down there. Maybe it was a fluke. I'm not sure how that slime spawned, but I've not had any spawn in that area since I finished it. So, I want to check the Twitch one more time, so please pardon me while I pop over there. Okay, let me check sound. So, yep, sound's working. Okay. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back down and continue digging a hole. I don't have anything else planned. Yeah, that's been my whole project now for, well, since getting back. I've only played an hour, hour and a half. Well, no, let's see, I played a little this morning. So maybe 3 hours since getting back from vacation. And I got back like a week ago. Well, almost exactly a week ago. I got back last Saturday night, and I'm recording this Saturday morning, Saturday at 1. So, yeah, I haven't been playing very much at all. This has been my only project. And... oh, other news. The day I'm recording this was the same day, or is the same day, that the official announcement for Hillary running for office. Now, I don't want to talk politics on here. I'm not going to say whether I agree or disagree. I will say that my wife strongly agrees. She's looked forward to a woman president for just eons. She was raised up in a basically a backwoods area. Well, not really backwoods, but backward thinking area to where women can't do things. And her and her sisters had to basically prove, yes, women can. So the fact that here's a upcoming woman president, my wife is all for it. It's all that's being talked about around my house, despite my best efforts. Just kidding, guys. Anyway, so yeah, this is being recorded on the day of Hillary's announcement. Like I says, I'm not going to get into the politics. That's not my goal. That's not my area of expertise. So I'm just going to leave it as that. Let's see, what other things can I talk about? Things that have happened. Let's see. Sorry, I really can't play and think at the same time. It's it's been a problem my whole life. I can't really do two things at once real well. Um, let's see. Yeah, got nothing. Um, anyway, let's talk Minecraft news. The only the only real thing that I know about the upcoming Minecraft is that it will include combat. Now, I've heard a lot of different things about what it's going to include. Everyone seems to have their own interpretation as to what Mojang has planned. So, let me explain what I understand so far. In this menu, you're going to have another box or another area. Right now, I'm holding my pick in this hand. In fact, if I move just right, or I'm holding a torch in this hand. Let me change that to something a little more obvious. Okay, I'm holding the block in this hand. There's going to be another one of these windows to hold stuff in this hand. Now, a lot of people think that you're going to be able to control click or shift click or something like that to have the second item place. Other people think that it's just going to be something in your hand to act as kind of a shield, kind of a buff, to protect against mobs and other things like that. But they're actually introducing the idea of PvP in vanilla Minecraft. Now, PvP has always been a part of Minecraft ever since the alpha days. Well, not really alpha days. As soon as multiplayer was introduced, people decided, what's a good way to kill my friend as a prank? And that's how it started out. It was more of a prank. It was not supposed to be malicious. And then ultra hardcores and other things like that started up where it's an actual competitive contest to see if you can not only survive, but be the last man standing in a PvP. Sorry, I guess I should be politically correct in that. Last person standing in a PvP. And then they also had like teams and stuff like that. So the idea of the 1.9 adding in combat, I think it's just going to be kind of a shield, so that when you're like holding a sword and you right mouse click, instead of your sword doing that, I think that in the other hand, over here, the other hand would actually raise the shield up, so that if you double clicked, that is right mouse click and left click at the same time, you would actually be able to swing the sword and block at the same time. That's my idea. There hasn't been a snapshot come out with it yet. Not that I know of yet. I've been watching YouTubers that play with snapshots every day. Professional gamers that look and basically beta test this stuff for Mojang and other developers to give viable feedback instead of, "Ooh, I like this gameplay." The developers actually require people to play the game and to say, "This is what I found was wrong with it. This is what broke when I played it." I do write software programs, and that kind of feedback is invaluable. One of the software programs that I wrote, I did not get any feedback from any of the people using my software program. They're literally, one guy goes, "Oh, this is nice," and that was all the feedback that I got for that software. Great. I'm glad you like it, but that doesn't help me improve it and make it better. So I understand the need for professional gamers to give viable feedback to the software developers. anyway, that being said, I've been listening to these professional gamers, and they say that there has not been a snapshot with the combat come out yet. So I think it is actually just a idea that Dinnerbone had, and is trying to make it work, trying to bring it into the game. But apparently Mojang as a company, no longer under Notch, it's under Microsoft, but Mojang as a company has decided that it is viable enough to go ahead and have Dinnerbone continue to work on it and to announce that it is coming. So that all being said, I'd like to get some feedback of what you guys think. I'm not much on PvP, but I did join Deal's server because I wanted to play with other people. I very seriously, if all you're doing is doing the hermit thing like I'm doing here, all you're doing is, and there's lava back there somewhere. But anyway, if all you're doing is playing a single player map, the temptation of popping over into creative and just having every block available is actually very high. And when it starts getting boring to, dig this great big hole in the ground, that temptation skyrockets. Playing on a server, you don't have the option of just saying, oh, let me go into creative real quick, give myself, 50 gold blocks, and then I'll pop back in and play the rest of the game normally. You don't have that option. So, yeah, it's definitely better playing on a server, in my opinion. I suppose if I had a little more discipline, I could do that for my own server. And in fact, I did that on my last world before my old computer kind of crapped out. Actually, the last 2 worlds. Because I had Eldersdale before that you guys never saw other than that one short video where I showed it off. I kind of want to go back and redo Eldersdale. Maybe I'll do that around the mountain here. Because I've got a ton of cobble here. I can make it into the smooth stone and then make it into those bricks and rebuild the walls. I just might do that. Probably not though, because I worked on it for several months and it wasn't complete. And yeah, short attention span here. But playing on a server, playing with other people is a different you play differently. How's that? So the idea that someone could pop on the server and PvP kill me. Now we've already agreed no grieving. No sneaking into each other's bases and steal what they've done just to have what they have. We've all agreed on that. Plus, on this server, we've agreed that, like, if you PvP somebody, you need to hurry and throw down a double chest and throw all of their stuff into that double chest so that they get it back. On the collab missions that have been happened before, the water temple, etc., we learned from the first one that what we need to do is each person take double chests. And when one person dies, they need to hurry, the second person needs to hurry and throw down a double chest and pick up the stuff. Dio lost a lot of stuff because it had despawned by the time he could get back there with other people in the area. And it was just kind of a bad situation. So those are kind of the things that we learned, and that's the difference in playing on a server of friends and just having the open PvP. Now, with Mojang making a supported PvP, shields, swords, different types of weapons, I would suppose, yeah, it's going to change the game. Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's just going to be different than the way it is now. And I just don't know what to expect out of it. Like I says, there's no snapshot. I can't go in and do a quick review ahead of time. No one's been able to do that. Everyone is basing what it's going to be like from the words of Dinnerbone on a forum. So, yeah, we will see. We will see. Okay, basically, guys, the time for this episode is up. I do kind of want to share some more with you. But, yeah, I only allot 25, 30 minutes time frames for each of my episodes. And that time is up, even though the first little bit, it took a little while getting going. So I'm gonna basically wrap this up. Oh, I really want to show you this stuff in action. No, I'll have to save that for maybe next episode. It'll probably be finished built, and hopefully, and I do stress the hopefully, it will be producing squids. For those who've been on the channel a while, you'll remember that my last squid farm, in my last world, I spent, about an hour and a half building this squid farm, basically between 3 episodes. So it'd be about an hour and a half. Building this squid farm, got it all set up, was proud as heck of it, died a couple of times building it, got it all set up, left the area, came back, nothing. Okay, so I got the 24 blocks away that you have to be in order for the squids to spawn. Waited, came back, got nothing. I could not make it work no matter what I did. I am hoping this is not a repeat of history. It could very easily be that this is a huge waste of my time. But I just want to say, and if this does produce squids, it's going to produce a ton of squids, ton of black ink. I can mix that with bone meal that I'm getting from the other farm. Ooh, I'm going to go chop that tree down. So I'm going to be able to have the gray, the light gray, and the black that I've been wanting. And then I might and get some sheep in the base and do stuff like that. Oh, one other thing I am planning on doing eventually, not right away. Eventually, I do plan on moving the cows away from that top area there. And the reason is you can hear them from the outside. Someone walking by would be able to hear the mooing cows, and I don't like that when I go up to my horse. I can hear the cows. You can tell there's a lot of them right near one another. Yeah, I don't like that. I'm going to move them down some. It's going to be a lengthy project because of the way that area up there is built. I'm going to have to go up and then down and lead them around. So it's going to be a pain in the butt. But that is one of the plans I plan on doing. It hasn't bothered me enough in the last month and a half for me to do it, so it may not be right away. But I take a lot of my inspiration from Etho, and he's been working on his project, the Nexus, for over 6 months, and it's only about 90% done. So I'm not really too worried about if I get this done really, really soon. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for today. I thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking around while I was on vacation. And as always, my friends, may peace find you well.